What's going on, everyone? Model Deer Farmer back with you today on the model farm. We're going to be showing you guys some of the stuff that we've gotten done here recently on the farm and some changes that we have made throughout the layout. So first off here, we did end up getting all of the ditch finished up along the entire display here and sanded off to get it kind of a rounded natural feel. And I did get that all vacuumed up. So the ditch is all looking really nice right now. Kept a little bit for the driveway area right there. So everything's looking cool. Right here, we got our chopping rig for the farm that I kind of just brought down here right now. But it's a John Deere 8130. And these are not the original decals on the tractor. The old ones kind of... They weren't in too good a shape. So I was able to take a picture off a big iron of a hood of an 8130. Resize them up, and those are custom decals I did. So they're looking pretty nice on there. And then for our forage harvester chopper, we have the 2-row pull type one, and then we got a chopper box here and another one back there. Now, I think I kind of want to use this Kinsey planter on the farm, so we got that as well. I don't know about the 8R yet. I don't know if I want that new of a tractor. We'll kind of have to figure that out as we go. Now, some changes over here at the cattle farm area. I did end up making the silo over here a little bit taller because it was used to be only that tall. But we added another 2 sections on it to make it a little bit taller, make it a little bit more realistic looking. So that one's good there. That's for silage. And then this one over here we have that would be like for storing grain for the cattle feed. So it's only 3 high because typically you're not going to really fill those as much. So we got the cattle area looking pretty cool. We also have the Stand-Eye Toys silage blower over there beyond the 4010, 4020 maybe. I don't remember which one that is. So everything's looking good over there. Also, I decided to put the chickens over here by the cattle area because I just feel like it kind of fits in a little bit better there compared to over by the heated shop. Just kind of keep the animals all in one area. And it kind of, it kind of looks good over there anyways. So the next thing here that you guys probably noticed at the beginning of the video, I did get the house that I was wanting. And so I started putting this together last night and kind of worked on it today. But none of the roof parts are attached to the main house yet, but the actual main house part is all put together. So the next step is I need to get some paint and paint the house. And then I got to pull the windows in and then get the trim pieces put on and kind of just finish that up to make the house look all really nice. But so far, I think it looks really good. That's kind of how you'd see it from the road. So I think it's looking really nice. Also, another thing, I did pick up 2 smooth wall hopper bottom bins here. So these are kind of behind the seed shed, kind of going to be used for our seed operation. We got Golden Harvest logos on there because we are a Golden Harvest dealer. So those are looking pretty cool. Kind of adding to the seed company feel here. So I'm really kind of liking that throughout there. But yeah, kind of just waiting for those things here to get here so we can kind of start working. Probably start back in this area with the rock and stuff. Kind of go from there. And then also I need to make a trip to Walmart to get some paint for the house and paint to put as an under layer under our rock there as well. So I'll need to pick that up here pretty soon. But things are coming along good. I'm glad I finally got the ditch done. That was not exactly the most fun thing to do. So I am glad that that is done and over with. As far as the house and the hopper bottoms go, if you're wondering where I got those were off of eBay. So pretty much you can find them on there. This is the picture. It shows it white and then the accent color is green. It's a pretty nice, listed as an S scale house, which would be 1/64 scale. So that's looking pretty good. And these are really nice looking hopper bottoms. Nice detail with all the bottom and everything. I think they look really good and fit the farm well. And those are also on eBay. So yeah, they look really nice. Right now at the moment here on the farm display, I'm working on taking some elephant gray paint here that I got from Walmart for real cheap, and I'm kind of putting it down here on the road. It's going to be a base layer to go under some of this fine ballast woodland scenics that I got here. I put some of it out here on the ground. It's not attached or anything, but that's kind of how it's going to look here. We've also been getting the house put together. We got some of the windows put in here, but it is all pretty much put together. I still got all the trim stuff and everything to do. Also, this is going to be where the heated shop is, and we got the we got some tape put around the outside edge, and we're working on getting that looking like there's concrete. That's going to be a little bit concrete pad out front. So I think it's looking good. We're getting this kind of base layer spread on here, so then we can hopefully get rock on it here pretty soon. So over here in the corner of the model farm display, we got the road. Now I started putting down some gravel here for the road. I have my Woodland Scenics Gray Blend Fine Ballast. So I did just a little section just to kind of get things figured out and see how I liked it. And this is all sealed in place and all good to go and looking pretty darn good. So today I'm going to be showing you guys, we're going to do another little section here, and I'm going to show you guys how we get this done. So the first part here is we're going to take some Mod Podge, which is kind of water-based sealer glue finish stuff. We're going to take the lid off here. The lid likes sticking to everything else. But we're going to be starting off using this. This stuff's a little bit old, but it should do just fine. So we're going to take, we're using a paintbrush here. I'm kind of mixing it up a little bit right now because it's not the most easily spread thing right now. But we're just going to kind of take some of our Mod Podge here. I'm going to take some of our Mod Podge here and kind of just lay it down where we want our gravel to be. So I'm going to do a stretch along the edge of the road here. You're going to want to lay this on fairly thick throughout here as well. So kind of lay it on thick. Don't get too far ahead of yourself because it obviously will dry. So kind of, that's why I'm doing smaller areas at a time right now. The toughest part is probably going to be blending it in with the stuff you've already applied. So you kind of just got to try and lay it in there nicely. And then we got our edges done now, pretty much. So now we're kind of just going to get a whole bunch and start laying it along throughout the whole rest of it here. You want to lay it on fairly thin, just because it's going to help the gravel to lay a little bit better, the ballast. I'm still kind of learning with a lot of this stuff here, so I'm going to probably just do kind of another small section here today. And then kind of once I get it down a little bit better, I can start doing bigger sections probably. But there we go. We got our Mod Podge laid down. So we're going to set that off to the side for right now. And we're going to take our shaker here. Personally, I have found that kind of just dumping some into my hand here and sprinkling it on has worked better for me. You can kind of do whatever you want. Just kind of shake it around. And the good thing about using the Mod Podge on the bottom is that it's only going to stick to the places where you want it to. And then you can just kind of clean up the rest later. Now it does have this kind of shaker around here. You can use two. Just kind of depends what you want to do. Make sure we get a decent amount on there for now, and then whatever we don't want, we can just clean off after this dries on there. Trying not to dump it all over the ground right now, but who knows how well that's going to work. For the end, I think I'm kind of just going to sprinkle it on there with my hand and stuff. There we go. So it's kind of sprinkled on there. It's not perfectly level or anything right now, and you can see that's a little bit different color. After I do a couple things, it kind of gets a little bit darker looking, I guess. So, is what it is. But now I have this little condiment bottle thing. And I'm kind of just gonna move some of this stuff. Kind of just gonna go along here, take it, and kind of smooth the gravel out. And like I said, anything that we, any excess that we don't want after, we'll be able to just like sweep or vacuum up. Now you will get into some places here where you kind of tear stuff up a little bit because, well, my Mod Podge isn't the greatest. So kind of just, you can kind of move it across too. Like I kind of want a little bit more over on that side. Kind of just go across here and do whatever you think looks good. Gotta kind of be careful. The Mod Podge will dry clear, so that's good. If you got some areas where the Mod Podge is kind of like ripping up while you're putting stuff on here, kind of just pat it down with your finger a little bit. So that looks pretty good and level there. It's gonna look a little bit messy off to the sides, but like I said, since we didn't put any Mod Podge like over there, we can easily get it cleaned up and looking like that. So now you're gonna want to let this sit and let it dry before we get into the next part. Another thing I wanted to show you guys here is some trees I put together yesterday. I'm not gonna get too much into it this video, but yeah, I put 2 trees together. I got this Woodland Scenics tree learning kit, so it said it came with like 18 tree trunks and then 2 different kinds of foliage, but it actually gave me 20. So we got lots of different trees here to work with. I put these 2 together. I think they're looking pretty cool. And we got a whole bunch more that we can do eventually. But I think they're kind of looking good right now. So the Mod Podge is pretty much dry now, but the top is kind of a little bit loose yet. I kind of dusted off some of the excess stuff here, so we'll kind of go ahead and get that cleaned up before we move into our next step. I never really thought about this before, but the condiment bottle, if you squeeze it and then turn it upside down and let the air back into it, it sucks up the gravel fairly well. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not too bad of a system either. So I got the ditch pretty well cleaned out here. I mean, it's not perfect, but I mean, a little bit isn't gonna hurt in there. So we're just gonna go with it. I mean, in real life, all of our gravel's in the road ditch anyways, so should work out. The next step is to apply our sealer. Now, this doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is just a squirt bottle from Walmart, and it ends up being a 50-50 mix of Elmer's school glue as well as water. You gotta get your mist just right. It takes a little while to get that all figured out. And then you're also gonna wanna add just a little splash of isopropyl alcohol to break the tension in the water. So then you're just gonna kind of spray this on there. Gonna kind of wanna go a fair distance away just to keep it from like snowballing stuff, sort of, if that's how you wanna call it. So I'll show you guys that here, and that's gonna lock everything into place on the top, and it's gonna seal it so nothing can move, like this area over here. It is gonna turn a little bit darker. I honestly think that it kind of looks better like that, but then nothing will be rolling around on the top and nothing will be loose. So I'm gonna go prime my bottle a little bit here because it's been sitting. It's all good to go. I thought it was good to go. It is kind of tough to get it nice, but kind of just spray it on there lightly is the hope. And there we go. We'll kind of just let that dry now. And that should seal everything in. Now, you do kind of got to be careful. So the glue and water gets all over your floor, and then that's super nice. But not going to worry about it too much. Maybe going to do a little bit there. This mixture does take a pretty long time to dry, so you're probably going to want to let it sit at least 6 hours at the least, because it just kind of takes a while, but it'll seal it up nicely and get it looking good. Well, everyone, that's going to probably be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned a little bit of something with laying the ballast down. We still got lots more to go, but kind of just taking it slow as of right now, just to kind of get stuff figured out. But I think the model farm's coming along great. I need a little bit more time to be able to work on it, which I don't really have right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Also consider subscribing to the channel. That'd mean a lot to me if you would. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those down in the comment section below. But I hope you guys enjoyed on the model farm here today, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.